Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show. Today is July 17th, 2019. It's a Wednesday, and we got a lot of stuff happening. I found out that that ship that went missing over near the Strait of Hormuz, I heard a report last night that it had some sort of, issues where it needed assistance or whatever. It broken down or something. It broke down or something. And there's more to the story. I guess there'll be more information coming in later. But maybe it wasn't what we think. Maybe it was just the ship broke down or whatever. Well, that's new information. So we're going to find out more on that later, on that situation. Now, let's get into the markets. And let's open up the charts right here and take a look at the silver price today. What we're looking at today in the silver price is $15.73. We're seeing it shoot upwards. It's up 19 cents on the day so far. This is a nice day for silver so far today because it's already up from yesterday. $14.09 for gold. It's up $3.40 on the day. It's looking good, Gold's starting to pop too, along with silver. So this looks really good, looks really promising, but you have to remember something. They control this market more than any other market. And I'm going to tell you, the dollar's going to look really bad if gold and silver really take off. Of course, the dollar is really bad. We all know that it's really bad. It's a sad state of affairs. Anyway, let's take a look now at cryptocurrency for the day. And we're going to take a look at cryptocurrency market capitalizations. 248.9 billion. Let me refresh the page. 256 billion. So, I think cryptocurrencies has undergone a retrace and a correction in price. I think it's getting toward the later stages of this correction. The energy's starting to wane out of it, and we might break down into the upper 8,000s maybe. But I don't see it really going too much below 8,000. There's strong support at the $8,000 level. And, of course, cryptocurrency is just coming off being in a tear in a huge bull market. Got a train out there, guys. Boy, there's been a lot of trains the last couple days. Big freight trains. Anyway, here we go. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin price right now. 94.79. Where's the chart on this? Let me click a couple times here and see if we can get there's our chart. Let's expand our chart out a little bit so we can see it down to the end here. We can see what it's doing right now. We can see the fall off. You see it's picking up a little bit right now. It's starting to go up in price just a little bit, but generally overall it went down to a price somewhere around 9,500 and it's been staying there all night, Now let's take a look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Let me refresh the page for today. We're down 25 points, which is not much. See a little spike in volume there when the market fell off. Anyway, the Dow, that's the Dow. Let's take a look at oil for today. Crude oil's 58.22. Let me just go back and take a look at the 1 month chart here. Yeah, you can see it's going along sideways right now. That's for sweet light crude oil. Now, U.S. Treasuries. Here we go. We're looking at falling Treasury yields today. They're not falling significantly. The largest fall in yields is in the U.S. 10-year at just over almost 3 basis points. These fallen yields, I almost feel like we're going to get a spring back in the opposite direction. This is like a compressed coiled spring now at this point on these yields, but maybe it'll continue a bit longer. Let's take a look at the U.S. dollar index, 97.33. So the dollar is staying up, staying strong. Now I'm going to talk about a little bit something unusual here. Honest to goodness, somebody has come up with this idea about how they're all going to smash their way into Area 51, you know, and they're all going to, they're calling it a raid now, planned. It's in September they're going to do it, you know, and it says that there's like 1 million of them that's planning on going out to that area. Now, I don't think 1 million people are going to go out there and try to get in. It says several days ago we reported more than 700,000 Facebook users had jokingly signed on to a group that was planning to storm Area 51 in September. That's a lot of people, but you know, most of those people are not going to show up, but there might be a core group. When you're talking like 1 million Facebook users or 700,000 Facebook users, if just one person out of 100 shows up out of that group, you'd still have a massive crowd. And you know, the Air Force and the people that control that base are not going to allow anything like this to actually transpire with a whole bunch of people rushing inside the base, you know. So you got this situation where they could be coming. They could, quite seriously, there could be quite a crowd of them coming, and they want a show. Basically, let's face it, they want a show. Now, you remember going back in time, you know, there was a fellow years and years ago who had the greatest circus on earth. P.T. Barnum. P.T. Barnum was a smart guy. You know, these people are all coming out there. They want a show. They want to see the aliens. They want to see little aliens. They want to see the little flying saucer and everything else. I got a solution to this. You know, rather than try to meet them with machine guns or anything like that, forget all that. Forget all that. Put that out of your head. The best way to diffuse this situation is they want a show. Take a lesson from P.T. Barnum. Give them a show. Rent a circus tent out there, you know. I mean, if I was this is what I would do if I was the Army, you know, or whatever. I'd rent a circus tent and I'd give them a little show. You know what I mean? Pat them on the back and thank them for coming out to see the aliens, and I'd give them a little show. Have aliens, have a plywood flying saucer, build it out of plywood, you know, put it inside the circus tent, and have a few aliens running around, you know, little people dressed up in silver suits with my alien masks on, a few other things, you know, put a few things in there, and herd them in one side of the tent and herd them out the other side of the tent, just like P.D. Barnum did with the circus, you know. Herd them in one side of the tent and herd them out the other side, and now they've seen the exhibit. You know what I mean? That's what I would do to diffuse the situation, you know. I mean, if I was military, I mean, silly to spend all their money to try to drive out and see that base, you know. You know what's out at that base? I mean, I haven't been in the base. I don't really know what's out at that base, but I would say, my estimation, my opinion, what's out at that base is the next generation of flight technology that they're developing. They don't want you to see it, and the reason why they don't want you to see it is very simple. Because these other countries, like Russia, these other countries are trying to develop technology too. And if somebody goes out there and they take pictures or whatever of the new technology that they're developing, say it's new flight technology or whatever, a new aircraft or whatever, that's ours and we've worked hard on, we don't want that technology to fall into the hands of the Russians, for instance. It might give them ideas on how to make modifications on their aircraft that could beat us in a war. This is why they don't want people out there to see this technology that we're working hard on. We don't want to let these secrets out, you know. And of course, this whole alien thing, you know, is created a situation where people want to get in there. They want to see the aliens. We'll show them the aliens. You know, I mean, if that's what they want to see, set up a circus tent, show them the aliens. But you know, I mean, all this has been going on for a long time. It goes all the way back into the 1980s when everybody wanted to get into this area, you know, and see the aliens. This is something that's not new, you know, this business about seeing the aliens. Anyway, you know, it goes all the way back to a situation that happened in Roswell, New Mexico, in 1947, and that's when this whole thing kind of got started. You know, it goes back to this UFO lore that was created. So anyway, it's a lot of people, though. It's actually amazing that they've got this many people, almost 1 million people that want to see these shows and stuff, you know. It says, we followed up yesterday nothing that looks as though the government now wants to make sure that that those behind the joke know that it's being taken very seriously. Yeah, the government's taking it seriously because this is still a base in use, I guess, and they probably have hangars in there. They probably have hangars in there with the latest technologies that they're developing. We've worked hard on. So this is the thing, you know. This situation, it'd be good if it just gets diffused, and the people all just go back home, you know, and forget about this. I mean, it's hot out there anyway. Why do you want to stand all day in the hot sun and end up getting in trouble anyway for, you know? I'm certainly not going to be going out there. I wouldn't be caught on that base if my hair was on fire, you know? But I think this is a very unusual, you know, we're living in very unusual times right now. The whole world's a mess. And we've lived through this credit expansion for a long time, and now we're reaching the peak of this credit expansion, and it's given us the good life, paying for the good life on credit. You know? And this can't continue. The whole thing's going to collapse. So we got that to look forward to. Listen, thank you. I'm rambling on a little bit this morning. Thank you guys for listening to my market report, and we'll catch you again very, very soon. Bye-bye, guys.